Hi, I'm Penny Webb. I'm the Divisional Manager for Mental Health and Youth at RISE. Let's talk about the RISE Youth Services. Our RISE team work with very real, vulnerable young people day in, day out. They work with young people who have perhaps disengaged from their school. They have challenges with their peers. They could even be homeless. They have emerging mental health challenges, very complex and stressful situations that young people find themselves in. And what the team does is that we come alongside the youth person, one-to-one, sometimes in groups, but mainly one-to-one, to provide them with choices, options, opportunities for a different way forward to make sure that they are safe, and they just have the supports they need in going forward. We work mainly in the northeastern corridor, places like Midland and Stratton up to Ellenbrook and even up into the hills of Perth. For most of the programs we go to where the youth feel comfortable, and that could be in their home, it could be a park, it could be a shopping centre or a coffee shop, wherever they just feel like they can talk and feel at ease. But we have a number of different programs. We have an intensive support service for youth, and the primary focus of this is actually for young people 15 to 21 years who are homeless or at risk of homeless. Perhaps they're couch surfing or it's unsafe for them at home, but they usually come with a lot of other complex issues around family, maybe addictions, and we provide that one-to-one support service, really intensive case management, and our target for that young person is to get them into an increased safe environment, a home, and support them in that little next journey ahead. It's important to help relieve some of that stress and trouble for that young person. We also have our Stratton Youth Centre. It's a drop-in centre, obviously based in Stratton, right on an oval next to a skate park, outdoor basketball court, and they have an inside area where the youth can just come and chill with their friends and have conversations with our youth workers. They work during the week after school, and they do great school holiday programs for 12 to 18 years of age. And it's a place where they can just engage with conversation, even with their family who come by and maybe drop them off or pick them up, and just make sure that they're travelling well and they haven't got any stresses or troubles. And if they do, then support them to find help and assistance. We have our Cura House. Cura House is a crisis accommodation for young women escaping family or domestic violence. It's a critical service, it's an innovative service, providing a safe home for young women. They come to us usually with absolutely nothing, just the clothes on their back. They've never opened a bank account. They've got no idea on how to shop, look after themselves, sometimes even cook. And it's our role to not only provide that safe home, but to set them up for when they leave that home. We will help them find accommodation, so that might be transitional accommodation for a while, and hopefully then into permanent accommodation. Sometimes they come to us with children, sometimes they come to us pregnant, and what's important for us is that they feel safe, and when they leave us, that they have an increased safety in their lives. We don't leave them alone when they leave. They provide an outreach support worker to help them settle into their new home and make sure they're connected into their community and with sufficient supports. There's the story of Fila, who was referred to us by the Department for Child Protection and Family Services. She had some very traumatic experiences in her life and was escaping family and domestic abuse. But she comes from a humanitarian background, having spent a number of years in refugee camps overseas, where traumatic events happened, and then the family abuse on top of that. So by the time she came to us, she was really struggling with her mental health. So the Cura House staff worked really closely with Fila and talked with the Mental Health Commission to ensure that she had support services when she left our crisis accommodation. Worked with her on her living skills and her ability to manage her mental health. During Phila's stay at Cura House, her relapse and need for mental health services has been greatly reduced for her. Phila has engaged in education, she's worked out her career path, she's got her P plate, she's bought her car, she's actually doing really well. Our youth team do a great job of working with very vulnerable young people to help them in crisis, to make them feel safe, to provide options for them, that they would find a good path forward. It all comes down to them making good choices, and we will help them with providing options and opportunities.